What's up, everyone? Grayson the Dean 221 Nichols here, as always, on the Elite Rounders YouTube channel. And you'll notice there's no video of me today. I've been pretty under the weather the last 2 days with the flu. Don't think it's COVID, hopefully not. If I have COVID, hopefully I'll be okay by next week. But I was laying in bed last night watching the new episode on PokerGO. Again, every Monday and Wednesday nights, they're doing new episodes of High Stakes Poker and Poker After Dark. And this episode it was awesome. It was some really good play, some fun interactions. And so I just, I had to get up today and get this video going for you guys, even though I was a little under the weather. So this one hand in particular, I really wanted to talk about with you guys. Just a little background. It's a 5,100 cash game with six people. Everyone's sitting with anywhere from 20 to 50,000. One of my favorite players of all time, right here. The man, the myth, the legend, Nick Schulman. This guy's one of the best announcers, tough player. The takeover back in the days online used to crush people. Like, he is just the man, huge fan. So I was really excited to see him involved. We got this guy Board, who's been, a fun player to watch in the high stakes poker episodes. Definitely go back and check out our videos every Thursday morning to see those. But yeah, he's kind of the action player at this table. So it's been really interesting. And let's just jump right into this hand. Before we do though, do me a favor, like and subscribe. So when you do that, all of these new videos will pop up to your YouTube feed and you'll get to see them right after we make them. So on to the hand at play here. The blind's 5,100. Nick opens to 400 with 7-5 suited, which seems fine, probably bottomish of his range. Board calls with 10-8 off, which seems ridiculous. And Ball, 3 bets on the button with Queen 9 suited. This guy Ball, no idea who he is, but he's been playing really good at this table. So yeah, I definitely recommend going back and checking out this episode of the new lineup on Poker After Dark after you watch this recap. So Ball makes it 1,800, and Schulman and Board both come along. So now the pot's around 6,000, right about. And the flop comes out ace 6-4 with 2 hearts and 1 diamond. Okay. So immediately, Nick flops the open ender, Board has nothing, and Ball has nothing. Nick checks, Board checks, Ball C bets about 2,000, Nick calls, and Board folds. We then see a black queen on the turn, and they go check, check, and then the river pairs the 6. So it's ace 4 6, queen 6. 2 hearts on the flop, didn't get there on the river. So what I really want to talk about with you guys today is bet sizing. Bet sizing is probably one of the most important things that you can work on and just really focus on like not, feeling obligated, not going with the norm, right? I often talk to students when they make we'll be in lessons, and they'll make just a bad bet. And I'm like, why did you make that bet? Why did you choose that sizing? And without fail, the two most common responses I hear from them are, well, I would do that if I had aces, or I don't know. And I think both of those are somewhat problematic, right? Like, I think the way you should figure out your sizing is first, figure out what you're trying to accomplish, right? So when Nick gets to the river again on an ace 4 6, queen 6 board, he has 7 high, he needs to bluff, right? So we've talked about this in some past videos, but I want to reiterate. When you are bluffing, there are two things that you really need to focus on. One, repping a credible range, and most importantly, two, knowing what you're trying to make your opponent fold, right? So obviously Nick knows he needs to bluff here to win, but the next question is, what is he trying to make Ball fold, right? Well, if Ball is an ace, he's probably not going to fold, right? But if he did somehow have king, queen, jack hands like that, well, a smaller bet might not make him fold, right? Also, though, if Ball had 3-bet preflop with like an ace-x suited, like a weaker ace, and he did have a weak ace at this point, he very well might fold when Nick bets. And Nick, if I didn't mention before, Nick overbets 13,500 into a pot of 9,500 on the river. So he went for almost a 1.5x bet. And I believe it's because his intention was to make Ball fold a queen or to make him fold even a weak ace. And I think he can accomplish both of these with this sizing. If he had bet something like 6,500, like, right around 65% pot, I don't know if he would have gotten folds from those hands, right? So I think this is a classic example of a really, clever player thinking to himself, okay, what am I trying to make him fold? And then making his bet sizing indicative of that, right? So I think that when you're trying to decide on what sizing to use, the first place you want to start is what is my goal? What is my intention? The clearer those are, the more obvious the bet sizing will be for you. For instance, an example I like to use with students a lot. Say you raise preflop with 6, 7 of spades. The flop comes Jack 10 2 with 2 spades. He checks, you bet, he calls, turns a blank, red 5, check call, river again, another red 5, total blank. Action's back to you. So I would say to myself, all right, if you're going to bluff, A, what are you repping? B, what are you trying to make fold? Well, if the board is now Jack 10 2 5 5, they're not going to fold a Jack. Hell, they're not going to fold a Queen, right? Or excuse me, a 10. So if they're not folding top pair or second pair, a large bet doesn't make much sense here. However, when you're sitting there with 7 high, it would actually be a victory for us if we made them fold an ace high flush draw that missed, or maybe a king high straight draw like king queen that missed. Hands that are beating us, but wouldn't call a very big bet. And all you have to do to make ace high or king high fold in this instance is bet around a third of the pot. You don't need to bet 70%, a number that, mind you, will get called by the jack or the 10. So the reason we came up with this is because we thought, what are we trying to accomplish? We want them to fold. And what portions of their range are we trying to make them fold? It's not as just simple as, oh shit, I can't win unless I bet. It's more, this is what I believe they have, the range of hands I believe they have, and this is the amount I am going to bet to make them fold that. So again, intention and goals. The better you get with these, the easier it will be for you to figure out what the best bet sizing is. And, even go back further. Like if you are bluffing, by definition, if you were to look it up on Merriam-Webster, the word bluff, it's going to say something along the lines of making a hand better than yours fold, right? And I see this often with students where they're not sure what they're trying to fold out. They just instinctively bet. So anytime you're bluffing, think to yourself, A, what am I trying to make fold? B, what am I representing? And then go from there. Trust your process. It'll help a lot when it comes to sizing so you're not just guessing in tough spots like this, right? So hope that helps you guys. Again, like and subscribe helps us out a lot. Looking forward to next week. Another, hour of watching Nick Schulman just crush people at poker. Sounds like a lot of fun to me. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Definitely check out the channel. We'll be having the new high stakes poker video on Thursday morning and plenty more content to come. So best of luck on the felt this week, and we'll see you guys in a couple days. Take care.